dito sa Pilipinas. Nasa Zoom na natin si Representative Jervil Luistro ng Ikalawang Distrito ng Batangas at Chairperson po ng House Committee on Justice. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, Congresswoman.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Alvin and Doris. Good morning sa lahat ng mga viewers and followers.
Today is an important day because today po ay i-determine kung merong, ano tawag mo doon, yung substance.
Sufficient in
form.
That is correct.
Sufficient.
Substance na lang.
Substance naman for today. Pero bago po yung sa substance, pakipaliwanag nyo nga, bakit na santabi po yung unang-unang impeachment complaint? Akala ko ba malinaw? Naalala ko nag-interview kami sa Makabayan Block. Ang sabi nila, batay sa bagong desisyon ng Korte Suprema,
sinunod nila,
sinunod nila. Parang naalala ko yun, Kong, eh.
That is correct, no? There are two decisions. One, the original decision dated July 25, 2025, no?
Opo.
Ang sabi ng Supreme Court doon, the second impeachment complaint may be filed on February 6, no? Dahil nag-lapse ang one-year prohibition period, February 5, no? Then come this resolution dated January 28 of 2026. By implication, ang sinabi nila, the complaint filed in December 2 was deemed initiated on January 14 for failure of the House to take any action, no? So, ibig sabihin, kung nag-lapse or 10th session day nila yung January 14, ibig sabihin, January 15, pwede na ulit mag-file. And I think this is the reason why the Makabayan Block filed their impeachment complaint on February 2. Subsequent to January 15, but before the February 6 as pronounced in the original decision, no? Dalawa kasing decision eh. The decision which provides February 6 and the resolution which provides January 15. This one is explicit, ibig sabihin sinabi talaga ng Supreme Court yung February 6. Pero itong January 15, it is merely by implication. Hindi nila sinabing pwede na from January 15. They merely said nag-end yung 10 session days on January 14 for failure of the House of Representatives to take action on the impeachment complaint filed on December 2. No? So, one is expressed, one is implied. Ang sinasabi ng justice members kahapon, under the statutory construction, that is our subject in interpreting the laws, no? When there is an express provision and there is an implied provision, at inconsistent sila, the express provision should prevail. So ito yung naging mindset ng justice members kahapon when they voted to set aside the first impeachment complaint, that is the Makabayan Group, no, on the ground of violation of the one-year prohibition period. No, in other words, Alvin, in the minds of the majority of the members of the Justice Committee, ang iniisip nila, February 6 ang tamang date of filing as pronounced expressly by the Supreme Court in its original decision.
Tama. So let's set that aside, na ipaliwanag nyo na po yun. Ang mas importante ngayon ay may dalawa pang naiwan na impeachment complaint na pasado dun sa form. So today, ang i-determine ay substance naman, Congresswoman.
That's correct, Alvin. Dalawa na lang dito sa determination of sufficiency in substance, no? At
So
iba
today-
naman yung
today-
parameter natin dito.
Today
yan.
expected yan na madidesisyonan.
I think because we agreed na we will deliberate on both, one complaint after the other. Before we vote, baka deliberation muna today, and then the voting might happen tomorrow, Wednesday.
So hindi naman pala sigurado na today maaaksyonan. Okay.
Paano po, Kong, yung ibig sabihin ng sufficient in substance?
Yeah.
Yung may sustansya o meron sapat na basehan? Ano ba yun, ma'am?
Pwede. Pwede yun, no? Under the rules, it is provided that by sufficiency in substance, it means the recital of facts should constitute an offense determinative of the jurisdiction of the Justice Committee. No? In simpler terms, Doris, ibig sabihin nun, yung allegation dun sa impeachment complaint dapat mag-constitute siya ng isang offense which is a ground for impeachment, no? And you will remember when we talk about the grounds for impeachment, 6 lang yan, no? And we cannot go beyond. Dapat yung allegations of facts that constitutes an offense must also constitute a ground for impeachment. If it does not constitute a ground for impeachment, then we cannot declare it as sufficient in substance, no?
Okay,
For
okay.
it to be considered as sufficient in substance, dapat yung sinasabi ng complainant doon sa impeachment complaint, ma-connect mo sa ground for impeachment. When we say about grounds, it includes betrayal of public trust, culpable violation of the Constitution, bribery, treason, graft and corruption, and other high crimes. 6 lang yan, no? So, kung hindi mo kayang i-connect dito sa 6 na ito, yung allegation of facts that constitute an offense, it must be insufficient in substance, no?
Okay.
For it to be sufficient in substance, dapat pumasok dito sa 6.
Kahit
So-
isa lang po dun sa 6?
Kahit isa lang.
Yes, yes, kahit
Yeah.
isa lang.
So,
Dapat pumasok
ngayon,
sila.
kung ang expectation natin ay madidesisyonan by, ano bang petsa ngayon?
Tuesday na.
Wednesday. By
Okay.
Wednesday, anong susunod na magiging hakbang? Halimbawa lang, ipagpalagay natin that you were able to determine that it is sufficient in substance this time. What happens next?
Okay, so on the assumption only, kunyari lang, no, na ang naging decision ng majority ng Justice Committee ay sufficient in substance. These 2 remaining complaints, no, what will happen next? We will issue a notice to the respondent to file her answer within the period of 10 calendar days, no? And then from receipt by the complainant of the copy of that answer, she's given a period of 3 calendar days to file her reply, no? And then from receipt by the respondent of the copy of the reply, she is likewise given again a period of 3 calendar days to file her rejoinder. Ang tawag natin, Alvin, doon, responsive pleadings dahil nagsasagutan. Complaint, answer, reply, rejoinder, no? When they are completed already, it's time as well for them to submit their evidence, including the swearing in of all affidavit and counter-affidavit before the Justice Committee.
Opo.
Kapag kumpleto na to, responsive pleadings and evidence, then the Justice Committee will determine if there is sufficient basis that supports the impeachment complaint, no? If the answer is yes, we go to step 4. And in step 4, we conduct the hearing proper. Tatawagin na, iimbitahin na ang complainant, ang witnesses, including the respondent, no? Palagi tayong tinatanong, what if the respondent doesn't show up? It's okay because that is her prerogative. Her presence during the hearing is part of her right to due process. So if she doesn't come, it will merely be interpreted as her waiver of her right to be present, no? After the hearing proper, we go to step 5. The Justice Committee will vote. This time, it's majority of all the members of the Justice Committee. Mas mabigat yon kesa sa simple majority. We will be voting on whether or not there is probable cause that support the impeachment complaint. Whatever is the decision, we write that in an impeachment complaint, in a committee report, no? We will write that in a committee report, and the same will be subject to the approval of the plenary by at least 1/3 vote of all the members of the House, no? That's the entire process.
Yun yung dulo, yung
Oo.
sa
Mahaba
plenary.
pala, mahaba
So,
pala.
Yes.
kailangan makapasa muna sa Committee on
Correct.
Justice,
Tama.
majority,
Yes.
tapos sa plenary, 1/3.
1/3.
1/3 of
Okay.
all the members of the House. So it should be 105 because I think we are 315 right now.
Ayun.
Opo. Pero at the same time, partner, may
Oh.
mga lumulusot na parang panggulo.
Correct.
Kahapon si Congressman Marcoleta, Kung ano-anong emosyon yung parang gustong isite sa in contempt nung complainant.
Oo.
Na wala pa namang ginagawa. Pwede ba yun na bago niya gawin?
Parang iniisip pa lang niya. Nagagawin niya to i-cite na natin yan.
Si Congressman Bong Suntay naman, kailangan daw kasali sa konsiderasyon yung testimonya ng mga marino. Bakit ganun? Ba't may mga ganun, ma'am?
That is why we should be prompt in calling the attention of the members who will be making irrelevant manifestations, no? Dapat ma-remind natin sila that this is an impeachment proceeding. The subject matter are the impeachment complaints. So kung wala namang connection, yung manifestation mo doon sa subject matter ng impeachment, you should be enjoined, no? You should be stopped. That is why I reminded both of them, the Honorable Suntay and the Honorable Marcoleta, to confine their manifestation to the subject matter. Otherwise, I will be prompted to declare them as out of order, no? And, well, it's very positive naman na nakinig naman sila.
Pag na-declare ka bang out of order, ibig sabihin nun, paalisin ka sa hearing?
Hindi ka nakasali?
Hindi naman.
Hindi naman.
Paaalisin, but at least it will be placed on record that what you are saying is not consistent already with the practice of decorum, no? Mali na, inconsistent na ang ginagawa mo sa proper decorum ng Justice Committee.
Sabi ni Teacher G, naglagay sa X, sabi niya, ang sabi ng latest press briefer ng SC, ang impeachment complaint ay deemed initiated when it is referred to the Committee on Justice, not by mere filing. Anong sagot doon, Congresswoman?
Well, we will stick to the Francisco ruling because so far hindi naman siya nabago doon sa decision ng Supreme Court, no? And for us to be able to define initiation, dalawa yan. Filing plus referral, no? Na-file at na-refer sa Justice Committee. By that, you complete the initiation process. That is Francisco ruling.
Okay. At saka yung away po nga nila doon is yung malinaw, explicitly stated versus implied.
Yes, correct.
So mas
Implied
pinili po
versus
nila yung
express.
explicit. Kasi mga abogado po ito under sa statutory construction.
We have a subject in law school, no? We call it statutory construction. We study how to interpret the laws, no? Ang sabi dun sa statutory construction, when an express provision is inconsistent with an implied provision, the express should prevail over the implied. That is
Nakuha ko pa yan, Kong.
Construction.
Nakuha ko pa yung subject na yan.
Nag-aaral
Kasi
ka
mga
lang.
earlier years pa yan ng pagiging law student.
Yes. That's correct.
Thank you.
Correct.
Kong, maraming salamat ha. Mabuhay po kayo dyan.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, and good morning sa lahat ng viewers.
Magandang umaga kay Congresswoman Jervie Luistro na ikalawang distrito ng Batangas at chairperson po ng House Committee on Justice.
Alay, pala
Si
sila.
Boss Oscar de la Cruz.